Hey buddy, Sarah here. My last video was Saturday. I only did a quick video on Saturday for the Saturday's game. Um, so yeah, you can see a bit more. Well, not that much more, but yeah. Last Wednesday, England started with getting a goal ahead of Argentina. Um, and then, well, I think it was like 10 minutes from the end or something. I can't remember. It was close to the end that Argentina scored twice. So yeah, they went ahead and won it then. That game anyway. Um yeah. And when it comes to it, I'm half like totally not liking the Argentina lot for many reasons. I'm British, remember? Remember I'm British. I'm not gonna bring certain things into it, but I'm British. Just put that and that Argentina together, you'll know what I mean. Um yeah, so there's that. And the way Argentina were playing, I mean, they were the same in the final as well, Argentina, playing dirty. So, well, I mean, people were saying that before the England game anyway, that with the games before that Argentina playing dirty. But yeah, so there's that. But there is also the fact that England could have won that, but Thomas Tuchel decided, let's just make it look like a whole lot of defence kind of thing with the team. Not score more goals, not score any more goals, but like let's um defend and don't go for any more goals. That kind of happened as well. So yeah, um, and then obviously on Saturday you had the France England France game. Was it France England game? I'm going for England first anyway. But yeah, there was that game, and then I think I said 2-1 for the thing. How wrong was I? I thought it was going to be 2-1, and I did say Kane and Bellingham, two Kane goals, or Bellingham and the Kane goal. And they didn't even start. I mean, Kane didn't even come on. He could have got one of those goals. I'll get to the score in a minute. He could have got one of those goals, or more than one of those goals, and then had a chance for Golden Boot. But no, Thomas Tuchel didn't put him on at all. You put Jude Bellingham on, who did get a goal, so he went one ahead of Harry. I knew he said Gareth for some reason. Yeah, he went ahead of Harry because of that. And what you call it? Mbappe scored two goals. I think he scored two. I don't think he scored three. I think it was two goals. Um, yeah. So as much as I don't like Mbappe, I am so glad he got the Golden Boot over Messi. I mean, people make a big fuss about Messi. After that, I don't see the fuss. Yeah, you call him the goat, but people say the same about Ronaldo. I'm saying it about Harry Kane. Yeah, he might not have won this. He might not have won the World Cup. He might not have won the Euros. He's the goat to, well, I would say to many people, but me at least. I don't care what anybody says about that. Anyway, yeah. So that game, the France England game, England France game, was it ended being 4-6 to England. It was 4-0 at half time. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I think it was like 3 minutes in. Declan Rice scored the first goal. Declan was captain, by the way. Um, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Well, how at half time is it 4-0 to England or France? Considering France were like the favourite to win it most of the way through until they got knocked out. So I was like, what the hell is going on here? Um, Yeah, and it ended up 6-0, 6-0, 6-4, and Saka getting a hat trick. Um, yeah, so there was that. Um, yeah, what was the other thing I was going to say? Um, yeah, so England won that game, got third place, which they got to a third place playoff before in 2018, but they did lose that one. So yeah, Thomas Tuchel can say he done better than Gareth Southgate. The last still doesn't what you call it, the whole uh Argentina thing. I mean, if it wasn't for Thomas Tuchel, probably, well, like I said, it makes Thomas Tuchel and Argentina. I think England would have got to the final. They could have even won the blooming thing. And one thing I want to say is how many people I saw mention, why did you substitute people so soon? You make up your bloody mind because when Gareth was manager, you were like, why did you leave it too late? Like, make up your mind, yeah. And like to be fair, I did see a few articles with people, not with people, whoever it was, saying, um, we need to apologise to Gareth Southgate now, Sir Gareth Southgate. And I was like, you think? All this time I've been thinking, why are you blaming him? And now there's a thing saying, we should apologise. Well, yeah. I've been saying that the whole time. Yeah. And I know there's a few things. I think he's going to carry on with the job. Thomas Tuchel's going to carry on with the job. They're going to keep him on because he did sign for after the Euro until at least the Euros or after the Euros. But there it was a thing like they can get rid of him before that. But I think they're going to have him carry on. But there is fans that are like, and articles I've seen that have been like people calling for him to be sacked, which I mean, when he got the job, well, I'm glad he got it over Lee Carsley. But when it comes to when it comes to Thomas Tuchel, I was like, well, at least I've heard of him. He managed Bayern Munich when Harry went over there, so I was like, at least I know who he is. Doesn't mean I liked him. And the one thing I never could understand is when I kept seeing things where he was saying England didn't have identity before I come along. Ah, what was this whole thing that Gareth done over the 8 years? You did slag off at how he was. When you ended up doing similar things in this World Cup, by the way. So yeah, so people be calling for him to be sacked. And I mean, I gave him the benefit of the doubt before, but now I'm like, I do want him out. I know the players probably want him to still be there, but it seems I don't know. I saw somewhere like people were saying, "Oh, it's kind of like a bit of not a bit of a fallout." It's like there was a whole thing about Bellingham was like he doesn't know what it's like out here. I mean, he probably did play football. I mean, Gareth played football. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if I saw any. I haven't. I didn't really look actually. You know, after the games when Gareth would go on and hug them all. I didn't see the same thing with Thomas Tuchel. I might have like just missed all that or they didn't show that bit, but I didn't see any of that. Um, yeah. So I think the players might want him to stay on. I know there's people that are calling for him to be sacked. And then I'm seeing mentions of like who could take over, like Pep Guardiola was one. Um, you know what? I did see a thing, it was on about a national job, Gareth Southgate for national job, for World Cup team. Uh, amid talks of Thomas Tuchel sacking, which Thomas Tuchel asked me sacked. Saw that headline. I was like, "Are we talking about England? Are we talking about England?" No, you're talking about America. You haven't even got rid of Pochettino or whatever his name is, the one that used to manage Tottenham, and then he went to wherever he went to, and then obviously he's managing America, the American team. Um, so I was like, that blew my hopes up, but then crashed them back down again. Um, but then went on about favourites for it to manage England if Thomas Tuchel was sacked, and it was coming up with um, did I say Pep Guardiola, who apparently almost took the job before Thomas Tuchel, before they gave it to Thomas Tuchel. Um, There's a few others mentioned as well, but there was one name I saw and I was like, and apparently he's one of the favourites. Besides Pep and couple of others, this one person is one of the favourites. I'll show you who that person is. One, one of the people they say are favourites to take over if he got sacked. If he would take the job, is that guy. If that happens, I'm gonna be one of you. I'm gonna be one happy person. Um, because I believe he could take over. I think he could have took him all the way this time if it wasn't for Tuchel. If he hadn't resigned and didn't have Tuchel then. Yeah. So there's no more what you call it score predictions because there's no more games. Oh, by the way, Spain won the World Cup. Thank God they won the World Cup. And Argentina were down to 10 men because it got a bit rough on the field. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know when my next video will be up. It might be later this week. It might be next week. Yeah. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.